Hello and welcome to the Degenerate Nation podcast. I'm here with
Patrice.
So we were talking off mic for a sec about dreams, and I want to share something with you, audience, that I think you need to know, and that is you need to support our show at patreon.com backslash Degenerate Nation so we can give you exclusive content like what we talk about before Mike when we're like really comfortable before we just settle in the first few awkward minutes of every show. You know, we want to give you that raw, real stuff. But tonight, because we are not yet giving out bonuses for Patreons, we're still thinking about what to do, and it's gonna be cool. We will give you that bonus content right now, and we're gonna talk about what we were talking about, which was dreams. And right now, I want to tell you about dreams that I have had infrequently, but enough to like bother me, right? And it's about drinking. Because I'll wake up and I'll like, in my dream, that's usually inconsequential, those ones. They're quick, but they do damage. They're like jabs in a boxing match. Or like trying to kiss the guy in a UFC fight. You know what they like to do.
And face off.
Yeah, and the face off. Their faces are just inches from each other. Like, do it. I dare you to kiss me. I dare you to kiss me. Fight, Joe Rogan. Anyways, so they're quick dreams, but it's like, oh, I woke up thinking like I drank, and it'll stay with me a little bit because I'm like, when I'm not far enough removed from drinking and stuff, and partying and stuff like that, that I don't think of how long it has been, and I've heard that's kind of a thing where you like people that either had drinking problems or they liked to party, or they were empty inside or whatever makes you drink. That they still think about how long it's been, and they still think about, yeah, I could have a drink or something, you know? And it seems to be magnified when you actually give it up. You actually want it more sometimes. Sometimes you're repulsed by it, and other times you're like, I deserve that beer or something, you know?
Yeah.
And either way, you have to like, no! Push it away! Get out of here! You shall not drink. Exactly. Will not pass. And your liver's like, thank you, motherfucker. But the rest of you is like, dude, I want to live again. I want to be down in the dirt.
Yeah.
You know? It's not like, I want to have some glass of wine with a woman and talk about the stock market or fucking mermaids or something. I want to drink a gallon of it and at a winery to the point where like people are starting to wonder if I should be kicked out and starting to wonder about the ethics of the place, why I haven't been kicked out. And then I just want to roll down into the weeds in their fucking battlefield, because all the ones in Virginia are like fucking Civil War battlefields. So we're like looking at the place where Confederates just got fucking slaughtered, and we're drinking wine on their fucking graves.
Yeah, you're gonna stumble across like a helmet and be like, whoa, is this my low point in life? I'm next to General Lee's younger brother's skull? Dude.
It's like, I just puked in a Confederate helmet at a winery in an afternoon on a date.
I don't know where my date is anymore.
I don't know how to get home.
What's this winery even called?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a tasting?
Yeah, it was a tasting. It was a guzzling. And I bought like 4 bottles. I don't know where they are. Did I drink them? Did I bring my backpack? Who brings a backpack to a winery?
This guy.
Yeah. So, it's like, they're like, there was a name for these dreams. Someone told me and then I fucking forgot. So there goes that. Do you know what they're called? Like not withdrawal dreams, but I don't know what they're called. So if you know what they are, or Patrice, do you know?
No, what I liked your analogy of little jabs.
Yeah, body
That's
blows.
exactly
Yeah.
what they feel
Like
like little
resolve.
stabs in the side that they're not going to take you down, but those wounds kind of stay with you for a little bit. But I know exactly what you're talking about. I know there's a term for it, but I just can't think of it.
Yeah. You remember when we iced that dude?
Yeah, of
So-
course I do.
So my mom has like Mike's Hard Lemonade in the fridge, and she's been gone for like a couple weeks. And I open up, I'm like, oh, lemonade! And I'm like, oh, wait, that's an adult lemonade. Oh, that's a shitty drink. Oh, I want all of it in my mouth. Like, I want to be like freshman year when I drank the most foofy shit. Like, I had Smirnoff Ice, Ice baby, Malibu rum, and stuff like that. Those two drinks I alternated. It was like my freshman year. It was a lot of hand play and a lot of Mike's Hard Lemonade and fucking Smirnoff Ice and Malibu, which I drank straight out of the white ass bottle.
Dude, Malibu's such a pussy drink, though.
Yeah, it is.
It's so tasty.
It's so good, dude.
Dude, it was 35%, though.
I was like, I wonder if pussy tastes like this.
I don't know. I've never been there.
Yeah. And then it was before I think I had gone down on anyone, and then I was just like, when I did, I was like, that did not taste like Malibu rum.
That is not Malibu. That tastes like Burnett's.
Yeah! Is there such a thing as bottom shelf pussy? Because I definitely tasted it my first go out.
That's great. Different levels, or different shelf levels of how good a woman's vagina tastes.
Yeah. Alright, women of Degenerate Nation fandom, please message us at degenerateenation@gmail.com or the Degenerate Nation Facebook at Degenerate Nation Podcast at Facebook. And let us know, does dick have shelves? Are there dick shelves of taste?
And
dick shelves.
I would love for you to equate that to your favorite liqueur or drink. And I'd love to hear what you think your femininities, your little diddly bits, what you think they taste like. And relate that to a liquor. If you think you're more of a Jack Daniels gal, sure, great.
My pussy tastes like Jack.
If you're more of a Ciroc girl, fantastic.
Rockin' a Ciroc.
I want to know.
Alizé. I'm an Alizé kind of pussy girl. Mm-hmm.
I'm a Red Irish Rose gal.
Red Irish Rose? Is that like Mad Dog?
Dude, yeah.
Oh, can you imagine if you went down on a girl, she tastes like Mad Dog? Fucking, it's 211 up in this bitch.
Is it MD40 or MD20?
The 211. Whatever that is. You know that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever had that one, but it was like aqua colored or some shit. Do not trust bottles that are aqua colored.
Oh no, you're just asking for a bad time. I want a girl to be like, yeah, I'm like a Four Loko.
I would go down on a Four Loko girl.
I would too. It'd be great if when you go down, when a girl gets wet, if that itself was intoxicating. Like
if you got drunk off a fucking drunk pussy, like Four Loko pussy. Yeah. All right, with or without them actually having consumed Four Loko, it's just like naturally like smells and tastes like that. Oh god! Oh, I would do it. Oh god, yes. Are you kidding me? Compared to some of the alternatives, Jesus.
The best way.
I'd take gasoline over some of the shit I've tasted. Easy. Okay, and then it's just like. I'm not out here saying but most girls taste bad. It's probably the opposite of that. I probably have just experienced a couple situations that were outliers. Outlying situations. The dots on the scatter plot are way the fuck over towards gasoline, Four Loko. Tastes like shit.
You're isolated, but judging by your pattern,
no, they were.
You've only gotten the short end of the stick.
Yeah, so I don't know what was wrong with me in California. There were many things wrong with me in California, but I stayed with this girl even though it was. She looked at my phone because she started to question me. We weren't even really that serious, but she was like, I mean, you know, she was onto something, but it didn't matter because like we weren't that serious. I just, like, when I tried, it was just hard to fully break it off because I didn't know a lot of people, and I was being weak about that. It was an anxiety thing. Maybe you can relate to that, where you don't want to ditch out on what's there because what isn't there yet, that will be there, is worse. Like, being able to, like, have to, like, be dating, be in the world, and either choosing to date, or try to date, or to be alone. And, like, just full-on deal with it all the time. Because
it's overwhelming.
Yeah, my family was way the fuck far away. And I'm close to my parents, like, as in I was, like, a lot of my life more dependent on them, because I'm a softie, man. Despite what you might hear from me talking about gasoline pussy, like, I'm a softie. And I remember the first couple of times I would like go down, it was just like, I don't want to do this. I did not want to do it again. And I'm like, I thought in my mind I was like, haven't I enjoyed that in the past or made them enjoy it or something? And I was just like, does it even matter, bro? Bro, does it even matter? I feel like I'm just flat out complaining about it now because I've never really done that, but fuck it. I'm going to. She wasn't very good at blowjobs either. And so it was just like, a lot of times it would just be, we go straight to just me like mashing my parts.
Yeah.
And then just like putting the parts in the parts, you know? And it was like, she was like really like constrictive. Like a vice. And like, at times that was enjoyable and at times not.
Yeah. I think a lot of that's emotional too, right? Like if you don't know where you are emotionally, the parts part gets a little more.
It was like routine without being like, we were friends and I was her friend. I mean, she was my friend and I was her like everything.
Yeah.
And I wrote about it in a script and because it was intense.
Yeah,
to be part of that in a situation, because I wasn't using anyone. I just was like, we just happened to do physical things too, but it was like I liked her as a person a lot. I just didn't want to go the distance, and I was new to California, and I was like, part of me was like, this was a horrible mistake. How do I get the fuck out of there? And then, like, ultimately, I didn't in time until it got bad. What's that?
I said you were in too deep, or at least it felt like.
I was, yeah. I was. I wasn't honest with myself. If I would be honest right now, I'd be like, hey, I don't think this is like a romantic thing that's gonna like go anywhere. But I'm not bullshitting when I say I like hanging out with you, and but like if it's cool, we could be friends after a while. And that was like an attempt, but it didn't. It didn't take. My fucking car broke down at her place. It was a glorified dorm at UCLA, and because we were talking, my car broke down and my battery died because like the radio was on or whatever, and we were just talking for like a couple hours, and I'm like, I'm just weak. I was like, I could have just like, all right, this was fun. We just hung out. We went to see like some screening of some shitty independent movie. It was horrible. It involved fucking bed bugs and shit. I didn't understand any of it. She didn't understand any of it, and we're like, we were just like a Q&A thing. I was like, you want to just fucking bounce? She's like, yeah. Like, this is terrible. I was like, I'm so sorry. And then we fucking talked, and my fucking car died, and then I had to get a tow that I didn't have any money for. I mean, she didn't pay for the tow, but I really honestly had very, very much not enough money. I probably had like $30 left over afterwards, and we fucked.
There you go.
We fucked. I wouldn't have fucked. I think my life would be different if I didn't decide to do that day. Because I would have settled into some type of friendship where I could be like, alright, peace out. You can tell me about dudes or whatever. I won't tell you about women because that's weird. But you can tell me about this shit because I'm honestly your friend. It's fine. Yeah. But, no. Didn't work out that way, man. So, you are a younger man than me. I'll spoil it to the audience. We've talked about that.
Yeah, I'm a young lad.
He's a young laddie. And so one thing I try to impart is like my wisdom on like in ways I've been burned. Not like, oh, I had success doing this. It's mostly like, no, like, this is how you fuck up. Don't fuck up like this. You will find other ways to fuck up. But if someone you know that you respect, hopefully, has gone through experiences that were like wholly negative, like you can avoid certain things by just being true to yourself and know that you will get out of it quicker if you're just like honest about like, okay, well, I was afraid of being like lonely or something, or I was afraid of this. Like, accept your fear and live through your fear, because you know one thing is for certain is that you are not happy with that person.
Yeah.
And so go with the uncertainty, especially when you're young.
The fear.
I was like
Fear
28,
is
27.
What'd you say?
I was like 28 and 27 for most of it, and it was like, why?
Yeah, dude. Fear fear is just like this weird thing where you get caught up on so many things. It's like the fear of failure, fear of success,
Yeah.
fear of doing something wrong. Like when at least for me, man, I get caught in these like anxious, like mind loops of like, and it'll dominate like a whole day.
Yes.
And then that like spirals into like these patterns of behavior, and it all stems from fear. It's fucking crazy.
It's garbage, man.
It is. It's bullshit.
Or like, do you enjoy your own company? Or are you starting to?
Yeah, it's getting there. I think I do. I think I'm starting to enjoy my parents' company a little bit more, surprisingly enough.
Well, yeah, you're not thinking like, I could be doing X or Y because coronavirus 1, stop drinking 2, 3, like, well, what else is there to do? I should probably get to know these people better. You know? Like,
exactly.
Yeah, like, it's weird. Go ahead, continue. You were talking, sir, sire, lass.
It's okay. It's okay. Pass the mic. No, backtracking, you were saying something about how she didn't pay for your toe. Did I ever tell you the story of the girl who I one-night standed, got my car towed?
A verb, one-night standed. Got your car towed while one-night standing it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, yep, that's classic.
And she paid for the tow the next morning. It was marvelous.
Why did you not get together again?
Probably because of that. Because I never paid her back.
Because you didn't pay her. You said you were going to pay her back?
I think it was implied.
Don't imply shit. She might have just felt bad that... Allow her to feel bad, dude. Don't... You can still pay her back, but you should allow her to feel bad.
Every once in a while, when I get enough money, and it's like... I always think about randomly Venmo-ing her $250.
It was 200... What kind of fucking... Towing is $250. It's supposed to be like 150, one city.
Complex in Harrisonburg.
Oh, in Harrisonburg. Oh, they got you by the balls at College Town.
Yep.
There's no competition. It's like a monopoly on towing, right?
I swear to God, they have one towing company for probably like 12 different housing complexes. And I remember when we went to get it the next morning, and I was like, yeah, so I just don't really like have the money on me right now, you know, bro. And I probably called her bro or something to that extent. And she was like, oh, I have this money for spring break. I guess I can use it. Because she was the one, like, chaperoning or heading the spring break trip for her friend group. So she had, like, $5,000 cash on her at the moment. And she was just like, yeah, I'll pay for it. And I was like, holy shit. You are a lifesaver. Because that was in the thralls or in the midst of me being a college piece of shit, not going to class and doing whatever the fuck I wanted.
Yeah.
So I had zero money to my name. And didn't help that the night before I completely ruined whatever chance I had at great sex with a girl who used to be in my class. Didn't transpire like that. I was shooting a rope like a goddamn cowboy.
Wait, so this was like your atonement bang that led to a towing that you didn't pay for?
Yeah. Oh, it's a great story, man. It was just randomly drove over under the influence to her house at like 12 a.m. Couldn't find somewhere to park, so I decided if I just threw on the parking pass and parked in any old spot, Patrice was going to be good to go.
Yeah.
However,
your dick parked for you. Yeah.
And they probably grabbed my car like within the hour. Don't really remember most of that night, but I remember like mentally high-fiving myself multiple times because I was like, yeah, this was the girl from Philosophy 101. Yeah, this is her. I'm doing it. This is happening.
You thought about someone else?
No, this was the girl. This is the girl from Philosophy 101. It was her.
Wait, I'm confused. So, what, the night before you failed and then you did it again?
No. This is all the same night. This is like I'm.
Oh,
See,
okay.
I'm confused.
I'm very confused. Our audience is like, you lost us at someone talking about a girl, complaining about a girl from like 9 years ago. And now you're complaining about a girl from like, not 9 years ago. Hopefully you would have been like fucking a child.
Like 5 years ago.
That's still a while ago, yeah.
I think the point I was trying to
So you wet roped it and got towed?
Wet roped, got towed, never paid her back. Moral of the story.
Hey, well, you know, it's like when you lend somebody $20 and they don't pay you, that you did them a favor, or they did you a favor. Well, you did her a favor because she found out what kind of guy you were.
Yeah, this is true.
She's probably like soft toe. She calls you soft toe.
And it's funny because my last name's Harkey.
Yeah.
And so it's like hard. She's like, oh, there's soft toe. Look at him.
Look at soft key. Here comes soft key. So is part of why you didn't pay back because you were like, this certainly isn't worse than not getting an erection.
Yeah, I think it was that and just a boatload of embarrassment as to I just shooting rope. She covered my toe, and it was like when she drove off, dude. I didn't talk to her. Remember, literally, visually can picture her driving away from the tow company. She was like, "All right, I'll talk to you later." Never talked to her again. It was just
she didn't talk to you in your defense, right? Or did she, and you just ignored?
Wait, what'd you say?
Did she talk to you and you ignored? Like, did she reach out to you at all?
No, I reached out to her, I think, and I, apologized, and she was like, oh, it's fine, but I could tell it wasn't fine, and so it just never...
It wasn't fine because you didn't have an erection and that. It's like one or the other's fine-ish. The towing is still better, I would think, than you had this guy over and you're expecting something because you're young and you expect something, and, it just doesn't happen. And you don't have the maturity yet to handle that like a boss lady. Like, well, shit. He didn't get hard. Ain't my shit. But he's still a person. If I liked him as a person enough, I'll give him another chance like that. Or we could be like friends or something. Or nothing. But the towing, you're just like, oh, that's... Yeah. Oh, come on, soft toe. What are you... Defend it. I want to hear you defend all of it to our listeners. Defend it all.
The soft toe?
Yeah.
All right. So... Defense point number one. There was a concoction of substances in my body as to why the rope was shot in the way it was. Yes. Sorry, listeners. That was just my mother coming in to check on me amidst my defense.
Well, amidst your soft toe defense.
Mr. Softo.
Hey, Mr. Softo, you okay? You ready to go to bed with your money?
Yes, I am. So
bring that soft wiener over here. I'll put some ointment on it before you go to bed, sweetheart. Sorry. Well, I feel like the same way, minus the soft part. Most of the time.
No, so point one.
Yeah.
Substances in the body.
What do you remember what substances that night?
Yeah, it was alcohol and weed.
Okay. Crossfaded.
Point two. Major levels of immaturity as to, oh, dude, I'm just going to go park my car wherever. I can totally get away with this.
I did that till I was, very old, so I understand. It's fighting back against the system until it breaks you enough times. They're just like, I'll just walk. Or dude, I'll tell her to start without me. That's what I would do now. I'd be like, yeah, I was still circling, so I'd recommend starting without me.
Yeah, just get preheat the oven,
Yeah, just diddle yourself a little bit. Just bang yourself a bit. Put on
when
a
I
flick.
get in there and you're about done, I'll meet you halfway. That time is probably going to be quick. Anyway,
yeah, it's like you synchronized it because she was about ready and you're capable of 48 seconds, and it's like,
yeah.
It's like, oh my god, was that oh wow, at the same time? I was like, yeah, I just can control it like that.
Yeah, I'm just really good at that. It has nothing to do with my lack of endurance.
Yeah, we're just like, yeah, you're just so beautiful.
Oh, babe, you're the best.
Can you imagine, be in her shoes, right? Can you imagine, you take home this guy from your philosophy, your fucking 101 class, and you're the band of your dreams was in your 101 class. That's how it used to be for people. They would meet each other in high school or in college in their fucking dorm or their 101 class. And I knew a few people that got married off their dorm.
Really?
One of them's dead now, but rest in peace. Oh. He was cool. I shouldn't have said that. Just brought the story down. He's dead as shit. He was a nice guy. his room was a shithole though. My aunt came in one time and to get me for like we went to like not Olive Garden but basically Olive Garden, one of the chains I just don't remember. My freshman year, and then she pokes her head and she's like, "Your room, Andy, your room." And then
this boy she doesn't know.
No, to me. And then his room was right next to mine. Sweet mate, my dead sweet mate, and she's like, "Now that's a shithole." And she's like, he goes, "But it's my shithole." Like, and he had like a pile of like Kleenex and shit. I just feel like I didn't mean to disparage the dead. That was really the only not cool thing about him. He was like a nice guy. Anyways,
he just happens to be dead.
He's dead.
It's not his fault.
No.
I mean, maybe it is.
No, it wasn't. He had cancer. Nah, it's not his fault.
Maybe he should have smoked cigarettes.
Yeah, he should have smoked. Yeah, I don't think it was his. I think it was like his brain. This is like the most not your fault one possible. It was whatever that is, that's what he had.
Oh man.
A girl I dated died too, like later, not like. It's fucking dead, man. It was sad.
People just drop it, man. I knew, I've known like 4 or 5 different people that have like overdosed from shit.
God damn.
That I've like met like through the years, high school.
JMU in high school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like Catholic school and like then public high school and then public high school part 2.
Yeah.
JMU.
Literally, it's the same group of people,
is.
Man.
I went to party down there once. I was just like, I'm so beyond this.
Dude, I feel so beyond.
I was pretty young. I was
like
maybe 1 year older than you or your age, but I was like, yo, I did some of this at MSU and it was way more fun than whatever is going on here.
Yeah, it feels so clicky, man.
It's dirty when it's not your place. You know, you're like, if you don't catch into the vibe like right away, you're just like, this is dirty. And you're like, I want some dirty things to happen to me.
You guys are gross. Oh my god, you beer bong?
Yeah.
So gross.
This guy I went to high school with, like, I hit him up because I was trying to sell T-shirts, right? And not at JMU. Well, I think I did sell some, actually. Yeah, I did sell some at JMU. But it was me and this guy that was my dad's friend's kid that we had knew each other a little bit when we were growing up, when we were, like, kids.
Yeah.
And he is a couple years younger than me. He was in college, and he was like 19, now I was like 23 or something like that, or whatever. Anyways, he brings this dude from high school that's now like 21, and he's a senior. He brings me into his room. That didn't sound right.
Dungeon.
Yeah, his dungeon. Or when we had a quiet moment before we went to a party or something. He's like, dude, I gotta be honest with you. I'm so burned out. He's like, all I do is just like, I get wasted, and I fuck someone. I was like, okay. I'm like, awesome, yeah. No, and he's just like, I don't know how many it's been. I was like, God damn. People used to talk to me like I was a therapist, as if I was gonna respond in some way that was like, hey, it's okay, man.
Everyone does it, man.
Or just like, you know what? You'll get through this. So, yeah, are you going to take me to a party so I can do that? Because I won't be sick of it. I'm fucking virgin man, and I'm just trying to...
No. Did you have 1,000-yard stairs? He delivered it?
Yeah, no, he did. That's perfect. I'm glad you asked that because I didn't describe it as it deserved. He had the 1,000-yard stare that I carry with me daily now.
Yes, as do I.
Yeah, as you. And it's just like, you're like, when I see your face go somewhere, I'm like, I know where he's going, and it's comfortable. I don't feel like, what, am I not saying the right things? Like, he doesn't like me, or he's just not focused? I'm like, oh, I know where he's at. You know, like, I know where this motherfucker's going, and that's okay. Anyways, he was, like, dead inside, and then I sold some T-shirts, I think, and I went to a party.
There you go. And he did his same routine, and he woke up the next morning, and he's like, oh my god, I hate my life. And then for a half second, he turns to his left and sees the beautiful body of someone he just made love with the night before. And that gave him solace. And then it was gone.
And he threw up on her back. Oh, he looks at the necklace that says Courtney, and you're like, Another Courtney. Ugh. He's fucked like 9 Courtneys at JMU. Is that a common name there?
Courtney? Oh,
yeah.
Courtney, Elizabeth, Emma.
Those are nice names. The second 2, Courtney's kind of
Courtney, Catherine. Yeah.
That could be mixed. Katie's, I've always enjoyed Katie's. Kate's,
Sydney.
Mixed. Sydney, interesting.
That was
Poitier?
Sydney Van Fleet was the soft toe girl.
You're not supposed to give real names.
Okay, go look her up, listeners. No, just kidding. Don't do that.
Is that a real name?
No, I made it up.
Alright, I'll check. Now I have to check back at 30 minutes and 18-ish seconds if he fucking made up a name or not, which he probably didn't. Idiot. Vaping, idiot. Goddamn idiot. What were we on before I started talking about my, like, brushes with death?
We were on dreams. We've gone down the rabbit hole from dreams to dead people.
Yeah, I just feel like maybe he's dead now, too. Because, like, he touched me in that way. He's probably dead. Anyone that's, like, comes and brings change to my life is, like, someone around them died or they die, probably. Or some spirit of them dies, like, you know?
Is there a quota you're trying to hit with that list?
No, it just happens.
I was going to say, if you're at, like, 9 and you need, like, it's like a 10-punch card, and on the 10th one you get some sort of gift, I can be that 10th person for you.
You can get a free shit sandwich, and I'm like, oh, Patrice, die! Please die for me.
Oh, man, where's my sandwich?
I want a fucking sandwich. No, when I went to a memorial happy hour, which, first off, that is a fucking terrible idea.
That's absolutely horrendous.
They were raising money, and she had already been dead for, like, the body was cold, okay? Oh, my God. No, God damn it. All right, I'm powering through that awful thing to say, because sometimes you get uncomfortable and you just say things. She was really nice.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet she was a really warm person. Not anymore.
There was, like, a fund in her name, like a scholarship fund. And, like, they were, like, raising money for that. And I was like, I'll give him some fucking money. I'll buy some drinks. And I think I was buying some drinks that weren't on the thing, because I was, like, cheap. And I was like, all right, this is so fucked up. All right. I'll just say it. So, that night, I must have been, like, manic or something, or hypomanic or whatever, like, however I used to get. Because I'm thinking, like, I'm, like, 30, 31. I think I was 30. And she hadn't been gone long.
Yeah.
A while, but not, like, weeks or something. It was, like, a couple months probably, maybe several months. Anyways, I went with my buddy, and we got 5-hour energies. I got 2 of them. I was like, this is going to be a day to remember.
The fucking mourning of a past friend.
Yeah. I almost lost my virginity to her.
Oh, so she was a little special.
She was cool. Like, but it was not overall a negative experience. This Memorial Happy Hour was kind of a negative experience. So, like, because I later summoned Adam, he's been on the show.
Yeah.
And he came by after Chris left. And I was like, I was getting up to an 11, because I started in on my second 5-hour energy, because I was like, fuck that, 10-hour memories, name redacted, forever, you know? She was cool, yeah, live on, but I'm like, in the back of my head, and maybe the front of my head, too, I was like, I'm going to meet the one tonight.
It's going to happen.
At this Memorial Happy Hour for the girl I almost lost my virginity to. Is like,
now dead.
Yeah, is dead. And it was that Sign of the Whale, which you don't know anything about, but it's just like a kind of a shitty place. It's like a place that you just grope someone, or you get groped or whatever. Not like unwanted, but just kind of you just bump into someone and you grope. Like the good old sweat lodge, like a fucking sweat hog bar. The good times where glasses break and you step over it and you don't give a fuck.
I know. I'm picturing it beautifully right now.
It's like a college bar. It really is. Yeah. Where you're just like, whatever, it's Friday night. She's dead, but it's okay because that girl's hot as fuck. I'm going to talk to her for 30 seconds and then she's going to turn her back to me.
It's going to be awesome. I'm going to drink more.
I'm going to drink more cheap booze. Some of the proceeds go to a scholarship fund, but I've stopped thinking about that 3 hours ago. Yeah, and then, like, there was some girl that was kind of cute, and I think I talked to her a little bit before this happened. Here's what happens. These people were, like, someone started pushing, and I just kind of, like, grabbed her out of the way.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, thank you. And I was like, don't worry about it. hey, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Hey, no big deal.
Yeah, it's fine. And, we made out at some point. Nice. And me and her and her sister, and I think Adam might have been there too, went to get Silver Diner, which is, Silver Diner.
For
the
sure.
the one in Clarendon.
Yeah.
So we went from DC, like, all the way to Clarendon, and her sister she was staying with lived in, like, fucking courthouse.
Oh, cool.
The Meridian. Calling you out. Calling you out, boo.
I know the location.
Yeah, and so it was interesting because this girl, like, waited for me when I went to the bathroom, and I didn't, like, I think she wanted to make out with me afterwards or something. Or anyways.
I hope you washed your hands.
I did wash my hands, but it was just like I was just kind of getting tired, and I was like, this was a night. I was thinking, like, this night is fun and all, but she lives in fucking, like, I think she was, like, visiting from California or some shit. Because yeah, that's my luck, right? Yeah, I mean, that's what I deserve for like meeting someone at doing exactly what I said in my mind that was going to happen, that I would will it into existence, unlike I could will an erection when we tried to get together way back in the day before she, well, anyways, that was cool. That I was surprised I didn't throw up or get punched, but, like, I flirted with both, almost got in a fight, and definitely, because I intruded upon the situation, because I'm like, I'm not trying to see some girl get knocked over and have her head split open, Yeah, especially not if we're already mourning one thing. We don't want to mourn that too. God damn it. I'm going to hell. I'm going to Catholic hell, the worst place. Worst hell.
I'll be in line right with you, brother.
I got another Silver Diner story. You'll love this one. You will fuck. Anyone who's ever been in a diner drunk, I want you to picture, like, that scene in Swingers when... You seen Swingers, Patrice? When he's like, my baby's all grossed up. You just people being obnoxious in Silver Diner. Like, we were that. We went to a bar, me and Chris and then my friend Ed, went to a bar, and I started talking to this girl because my buddy Chris was like, he'll get, like, all super alpha once in a while, and sometimes I don't feel like withstanding him because I'm just like, well, maybe something interesting will happen if I listen to what he says. And this time was one of those times where I'm like, all right, man, fuck it. And I go talk to this girl, and then she comes with us to Silver Diner. But while we're walking there, I start to realize, like, I think she's drunk. I was like, whatever, I don't care. I'm just talking, and we're going to go get some food, so maybe she won't be as drunk, and it won't be obnoxious. It'll be a good time. Everyone's having a good time. It's Thursday night in Arlington. I'm sorry you never got to experience that, Patrice, really, but it used to be really fun. No, the Thursday night in Arlington. It's basically glorified fucking college. Like, all the bars had people everywhere, and it used to be fun. It's probably terrible now because they tore everything down and, like, built new. They turned bars into coffee shops, and they took it's terrible.
It's like the gentrification of the bars.
Yeah, gentrifying bars with coffee shops and, like, other places. Yeah, not reverse gentrification where they put some culture in. It was just, like, fucking Arlington bars with. God, I wish all our listeners in Tunisia and Vietnam knew what Arlington was like. But, because then they would instantly know. Like, there's got to be a place in your city or country where you're just like, oh, all right, I guess we're in Arlington again, Like, fuck it, win in Arlington. Anyways, we walk by these two black guys, and she's just like, or no, she asked me first, just like, hey, do you have a big dick? I was like, yeah, I mean, it's like, all right, it's pretty good.
It's like
what do you say? What? Yeah, it's like, was it? Because what if she sobers us up and she's cool, and you get her number and you want to see her again, and you said, yeah, it's great, it's fucking big, and then she's like, you lied to me. And I'm like, I don't know what she thinks is big. Everything you get so like fucking skittish and nervous when someone talks about your dick in a certain way that you don't really know. It's like, are you gonna fuck me with that dick? I'm like, it's crossed my mind.
It's certainly on my mind right now.
I mean, now I don't want to. You were so blunt about it, and I don't know you really, but maybe. So I was just like, well, the first thing that popped in my mind, I don't think I said, but she's like, yeah, do you have a big dick? It was, I'll do her voice as it must have sounded to me at the time. Do you have a big dick? And I was like, maybe. I think it was like, I don't know, I guess, maybe. Like flirty as I thought it was, but I was just kind of like, it's the dicks. I mean, it gets hard most of the time. Most of the time. Oh, hold on. We got a problem. We're back. We had a malfunction from soft toe.
Soft toe, yeah. Soft toe over here had a soft internet connection.
Yeah. And we're still social distancing here.
Taking all precautions necessary.
Yeah. We have condoms on.
I double sleeve.
He double sleeves it up for some reason, which is probably why he was soft.
It could have lent to some of these soft properties.
Well, once a condom is involved, it's like a ticking. If you have anxiety, and there's a condom involved, it's a ticking clock. Like, you have a certain amount of time to get hard and stay hard, or else it's just like your brain will go in rabbit holes. What's that?
I said my clock is extremely short. Mine comes and goes within about.
So you just need to be with someone that doesn't need you to put one on.
And those are the types of people you want to be with.
Yeah, I mean, ideally. I mean, if you're especially if you're like, if you know them and you're dating them, so you can feel more comfortable. Yeah, Degenerate Nation never.
We never shy away from that.
We don't. We're a raw nation, okay? We don't.
We're raw and we're dry.
We're raw and dry. Stay dry, stay raw. And so back to the final story, because I'm sure our listeners were just dying to know what happened.
Just on the edge of their seats.
She said something to the black guys about their dicks too. I was like, oh, I think I found the one here. This is the one. And I just looked at him. I was just kind of shrugged at them. They were laughing, and my friends didn't hear it. And she was like, how do you know each other? To me and my friends, I decided I was like, I'm long since checked out, and I just want to have a nice meal at this point afterwards. And I was like, oh, we were models, and we met at a teen speed dating event in Cleveland when we were teens. She's like, really? I was like,
she bought it.
She fucking bought it. She's wasted. I mean, really, like, she should be thankful she met us, because we eventually put her in a cab where she needed to go fucking home. Hopefully you remembered and she didn't die. Because that would be... Things come in threes. It'd be the third death in our fucking podcast episode.
Yeah, she didn't die, but so you're telling me she did not die in the cab ride home?
Not that we know. I don't know. I don't know if I texted her. Okay, and this is why I didn't, okay? Because she believed something like that. She's like, wait, so if you're models, what did you model? I was like, well...
gloves.
I was like, I'm a dick model. Ed is a nipple model. And Chris, I forgot what Chris was. Like, probably an actual model. Because he's handsome. Like, he probably looked like... I think because she was, like, drunkenly sort of into me, but really just into, like, anything at that point, probably.
Anything that moved.
Yeah. But she definitely believed it. and more reason to not like pursue, because I don't pursue people that are, even then when I was free to be a drunk if I wanted to be, like I wouldn't pursue like a non-moving target, if you will. It would be like a hunter, like a deer just comes up, and you're like,
I want that one.
You're like, and it's blowing like it's like breath on you, like, drunk deer, and you're just like, you have the gun literally pointed right at its fucking face, like an inch away, and you're just like, dude, you got one, hit it. That's a 4-point buck. Like, no, it's so sad. It was like that. I couldn't do it. And so we eat, and she goes to the bathroom, right? And we're getting ready, setting up and everything. She comes out. I'll have to stand up to do this for you, so you can really see what I'm doing. So imagine me coming out of a bathroom, audience, and I'm like, I come out, and my fucking pants are just, my jeans are like, the back of her jeans and the front of her jeans are just fucking soaking wet. And she fucking pissed herself on a Thursday night with 3 strange men. And we get a cab, and she gives me this puppy dog look like she wanted me to come with her. I was like, yeah, bye. What the fuck?
Oh, she pissed herself.
You don't go home with someone where you can't trust the wet spot. You gotta know which wet spot you're dealing with. It's like, is that urine or is she horny for me?
She can't be that horny.
No one's that horny. This is impossible. I'm alright looking, or I can charm a little bit. Or at least I think I can, or I wouldn't have done 230 or whatever episodes of this fucking shit. But Charmer, you turn on that mic, you turn on that charm and talk about dead girls and fucking dead guys and oh, I'm gonna come. I'm coming. Oh, where can they reach us?
They can reach us at Degenerate Nation Podcast on Facebook, and they can reach us also on the Degenerate Nation Podcast Twitter account.
What's that one?
Oh, the Twitter account, you asked.
Degenerate Show. You didn't remember. It's okay. And the email is degeneratenation@gmail.com. Seriously, any thoughts you might have, tell us how we're doing. Rate us on iTunes if you want.
Yes, please. Give if you are an avid listener, or you just dropped in, give Patrice some notes. You know, he's trying to acclimate back to the podcast life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A little more sporadic, a little less sporadic, a little more active. You name it. I'd like to hear it.
Yeah, we want you to talk about Patrice and your feelings on soft toe.
On soft toe.
And look, I fully appreciate anyone that can join me anytime and be that honest about such a fucking pathetic, hilarious event. Because, no, alright. The fact that those two things were combined and that you just were like, whatever. That's what makes it pathetic. Not that you had an issue with a near stranger getting and maintaining an erection through substances and a condom. That is something that people could, if they've done any of those things, could probably relate to. And if not, they're probably a serial murderer. If you have never had an issue with substances or a condom.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing with your life if you've had issues with neither of those things.
Yeah, and the worst part about it, issues with anything like condom, is like anything like that in boner territory, like you're in the no man's land because like it's a race against time to like, because both parties are going to realize real quick how they feel if that boner goes away or that boner never surfaces.
Good luck getting it back.
She's done and you're done. She's done because you're like, I don't think he can fuck me with that. And you're done because you're like,
I know I can't fuck you with that.
Yeah, and it's like, maybe I don't feel comfortable with this person? And maybe that's why I'm like worrying about this so much, so to the point where it just starts to recess inside itself. And I've heard from a reliable source that inverted penises are real.
Yes, they are.
So,
they shrink up.
They do. They shrink. If you want to hear about more inverted penis talk or dead people, really, seriously, if you want to hear about any more of this stuff or get special bonus features, which we're working on, we're developing, I want you to sign up at patreon.com/Degenerate Nation and become a patron of the show.
And just for a little bit of a sneak peek as to what some of those prizes or special bonuses are going to be, we have a swimsuit calendar in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Every month is Patrice, and you'll have that to look forward to.
If you donate twice as much as you were going to, every month will not be you receiving a calendar. You will receive nothing. And so either way, we win. And if you do twice, double your fund. If you say $2 instead of $1 a month, you don't have to get anything you don't want.
Yeah.
In the mail, as a thank you, an attachment, because you can attach things as thank yous. I checked. I've done so. Oh my God, have I done my research on this? I'm so ready. We are in the process of developing the show further and monetizing it so we can develop it further. Ideally, without doing independent advertising on our own. If we join a network, that just means more people can be reached, a wider community that you can interact with. I want people to fall in love because of Degenerate Nation. I want people to hide bodies because of Degenerate Nation. What's that, Patrice?
I said we are going to be the matchmakers of your life. You will find love in us, and you will give love in us.
Good night.